Hello everybody, I've figured out dafuqboom's message, and let's get into it. Like and subscribe, and hopefully you will understand what this means. Be sure to watch the whole video because it shows how dafuqboom is communicating with us and how he's saying everything. But yeah, I'm very sorry for the late due, but we are back. But yeah, an email came out just by ibio yesterday at 1 a.m. and basically Boom sent a message to this fan, and it's like caring about his music. You probably won't know, but we were giving a playlist and an email. Now, what I have seen for the past few hours is that everybody is targeting the whole company, but you'll see that that's not the case. That's not the case. Just keep watching, because you'll understand. But shout out to Galulia Russo and shout out to Ibio. But yeah, I'll get into it. So I asked Mr. ChatGPT, and I know AI is not good, but that is what dafuqboom is communicating. So I'm gonna use that he's communicating with to actually solve how it was. And that is exactly what I did. And I got a specific answer from ChatGPT. You'll get into this video. Watch. So I asked it, hey ChatGPT, find out the meaning of Alexis was saying. So it talks about random stuff. I'll say not what I answered for. Okay. So I asked it then. Okay, figure it out in bold letters. So the bold letters, he said bold letters, and he said something about it. And he said, okay, chat. He sees and feels that the community is extremely emotional right now, and he appreciates his fans' deep caring and intelligence more than they realise. He wants to offer something meaningful in return, the playlist, and it just goes off. Which is what we've been seeing. He's been actually communicating. Now this is the answer that we've been waiting for. You know this playlist right here. This playlist, Everything Counts, Trouble, and I asked it to go through all these songs and to see what they mean. So it went through all the songs, and then this is the message Boom is communicating. This is the big message. This is the big message. It's not the company. It's not the company itself. But someone is controlling things unfairly. Someone, not the company. Someone. I'm stuck in a bad situation. Please understand my position. Don't judge me yet. I've tried, but things are out of my control. Speak up and don't let yourselves be manipulated. That is actually what dafuqboom is communicating. Now, whoever's part of it is probably furious. So it's someone inside the company itself. It's not the company, but it's someone inside the company. Now you may think it's the CEO, but I just did a little bit more digging through each and every employee and that has responded, and one actually stood out. But we'll get to that. But I went through AI, right? I asked them this emoji, right? This is what he linked on Telegram. Just said strength, progress, success. Keep that in. And then I asked, can you get all the emojis in the email that Alexei said, dafuqboom, and put them in a sentence? And it gave me a sentence, alright. It gave me a sentence. Thank you deeply. Music brings us together. I hope it lifts your spirits. Your support means everything to me. And that is linking to this message right here. You get me? Now I know this is going to be quite a big brain for you, but all the analysis YouTubers, this is quite important. So just write it down. And I asked about the 2 profile pictures that dafuqboom leaked yesterday. And I said, what do these pictures mean? And I said, how does it link? Authority or control is giving way to something darker or more disturbing. So basically, this person is taking the control away from Boom. So then he cannot say anything. He can't say do nothing, and he can't say anything. This is what he's been commenting about. Now, in this, whoever this person is, you probably don't know, but they probably hate dafuqboom. Keep this in mind. Hate dafuqboom. Why do they hate dafuqboom? I don't know. I also found out that Boom's Telegram got updated. As you can see here, Boom's Telegram as the scientist Coldplay. And if you put the lyrics, this is what it means. Again, I asked for Coldplay, the scientist, and what does it mean? He is expressing regret, wishing he could explain everything, and wanting to go back before the problem started, but he feels unable to fix it. Unable? What's wrong? Now, you might blame Adam Goodman, because Adam Goodman is the one who's in control of the company itself. But I did some digging. Adam Goodman, the next to Michael Bay, who created Transformers, it made it so good. Why would he take dafuqboom, who was inspired? Why would he do that to a fan? He is not part. So I did some big digging. I went through every single thing. And do you know what? Who one person stood out? One person. One person in the company. David L.B. David L.B. hates dafuqboom's content. Hear me? David L.B. hates dafuqboom's content. Now you won't be wondering, how can this low person actually control Boom? Boom is higher. He's an ex-producer. He can do whatever he likes. I wish that was true. I wish that was true. But it gets a little bit risky. But yeah, you can see he says, can't disagree more. The animation on this is much better and tighter and clearer. So basically he's saying that this is better. He says Boom is very involved. Compare the first episode. So David L.B. is saying Boom is involved. Are you sure about that? This is quite suspicious. Very, very suspicious to this message. This message is quite linking perfectly. And thank you for this, some YouTuber. But this YouTuber actually told me who it was. He is a digital content strategist. And let me explain. A content strategist is an expert practitioner in a content strategy and taxonomy design. At this role, you will develop governance and blah 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 blah. It goes just so into detail. I couldn't understand it, so I asked ChatGPT, and this is what it gave me. Sets the rules and processes for how content gets made and maintained. How content is get made. Making the support of the organization goals and policies. Working closely with other people involved in content like writers, editors, designers, researchers. Keeping everything aligned and running smoothly. What if he's getting this information? What if dafuqboom is telling him the right information, but David L.B., he's ignoring him? So he decides to not make this thing. He decides to put a contract on him because he can set the rules. He can do anything. He can send contracts. He can set up contracts. And he can just say, this. And he sent this to ibio. And what if David L.B. is trying to actually stop dafuqboom himself from communicating? So he must have because he hates dafuqboom. He says he's involved, But he's not. He's ignoring him. What's actually happening is that David LB gave him a contract to say nothing. He's only allowed to see. He's not allowed to delete. He's only allowed to see. So he must have given him a contract. And if he breaks that contract, David LB says, I will sue you. I will sue you with a lot of money. If you break this contract, you will be sued with a lot of money. So that is what dafuqboom is saying. dafuqboom is saying this person called David LB is stopping him from speaking out loud. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I guarantee a 85% chance that it is David LB. David LB is stopping dafuqboom. It's not the company. Plus, Bored Panda, one of the kindest persons in the community, told dafuqboom that Boom can chat anything he likes, but he's not chatting. Why? Because David LB must have gave him a contract, and that contract must have not let him to speak. So, and then he says, dafuqboom said this when he actually said something else. And he said everything is running smoothly to Adam Goodman. Now, Adam Goodman right now is probably on the movie and he is not concentrating. Now, I don't know what's going on in the company, but I think it's David LB. To Skibidi fans, I want you to figure that out. Find out who is doing it. There's someone inside the company. There's someone inside the company who's stopping this. Most likely David LB. So give him on the suspiciousness. But that's all I have to say. dafuqboom is being silenced by David LB. This man right here at the top, David LB. Well, he can literally just control Skibidi Toilet. He can literally control Skibidi Toilet from the inside. So then the company falls. So then the Skibidi Toilet falls. Because that is what he wants. And dafuqboom, before I end this video, I need you to send me a message on Twitter. If this is true, send me a thumbs up. That's all you just need to do. Send me a thumbs up. Tweet a thumbs up. Just do it. Everybody, investigate this. Because David LB could be the cause. Or someone inside the company is trying its best to take down Skibidi Toilet. But thank you guys for watching. Watch my other videos here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.